Right, okay, we're going to have a look now at Photoshop CS4. This is, so it has changed slightly from Photoshop CS2 or even CS, but the basic concept and the basic layout are the same. We just do things slightly different. Okay, so as with all our Photoshops, we have our menu bar going across the top as normal. We've got our properties bar going below that, depending on what tool you have selected. So at the moment, as you can see, I'm on the move tool, but if I was to pick, say, the brush tool, there we go, the properties bar across the top has changed to the brush tool. You know, if I'm on the pen tool, again, it changes as to whatever we specifically want. The one that is slightly different about this version of Photoshop is how your panels work. They are the same concept as the old Photoshops. You know, you've got color swatches, styles and things like that, and you've got layers, channels, paths, and all these things, right? However, how they collapse is the bit that will often throw people. So that little collapse icon there will change them into this, right? And then clicking on an individual one will make it pop out to there. So that is how, you know, these things collapse and are brought out. If you want to add more panels to the right hand side, you can go to Window and select the ones that you want to add to it. So for instance, History is always a good one to have, you know, because that allows you to undo things that you've done. Layers is obviously essential. You know, colour and swatches, probably for the best to have them. So I go to File and New because I want to create a new document, and we can get lots of different choices, you know, what we want to do and how big we want to do it. So for instance, if I want to create an image for the web, I can go to Web, and then it automatically has changed this to pixels, right? Because we're dealing with something on screen, so how big do I want it to be on screen, right? It makes sense. If, however, I want to do paper, you know, so it's something to do with print, you'll notice that this is default. It's gone to millimeters here, and I can pick my paper size, so I can have an A4 piece of paper, you know, and by width and height. The resolution, right, depending on what I want to set up. So for instance, something for print should have a resolution of 300 pixels per inch, right, or dots per inch, however you want to see it. If it was for the web, you only need 72 dots per inch, something like that, right? Color mode, you've got your choice of bitmap, grayscale, RGB, CMYK, lab color. You're never going to use lab color really. RGB and CMYK, again, the difference is between print and the screen. So RGB for screen, CMYK for print. So in this case, I'll set up a print document, right? I OK that, and there's my page given to me already. If the like mine, the rulers are not here already, you can get them by going to View and clicking on the rulers, allowing them to be shown. Likewise with the guides, you know, if we go to Show here, you could turn the guides on and off and whatnot. So what I want to do first and foremost is I would set my, if I click and drag in the corner of my rulers there and I bring it to the top left corner of my page, I've zeroed that so I can get all my measurements sorted. And then if I needed to create any guidelines, I just click and drag those from the ruler. So let's say I was going to create some margins that I was going to work within, and I'd do it to say like 5 mils. You know, I'm only doing this roughly, of course. And there we go, and then I could work within this page. So that is a very brief overview of Photoshop.